dannylau here with Line Real Estate, empowering individuals and families with financial success through real estate. Today I want to talk about 8 important questions you should be asking your realtor when you're looking to purchase a home. Well, without further ado, let's jump right into it. When you're looking to purchase a home, whether you are a first-time home buyer or an experienced real estate investor, really you're looking for somebody to guide you to accomplish a few things. To identify the home that you like, to find that home to be within your criteria, your budget, get your offer accepted, and then have the entire transaction be smooth and seamless so that you can get to a closing. So that being said, the first question I would ask a realtor is, what is your strategy to get an offer accepted? What you don't want to hear is that, oh yeah, we're just gonna, write a bunch of offers and see what sticks. That's not a viable strategy, especially not in this competitive market. And so for me personally, my strategy is to communicate. This is one thing that distinguishes me from another realtor, which is that I find out what the seller needs besides price. So you will ask that question, listen to what the seller may need, whether it is, hey, we need 3 more weeks because we need 3 more weeks to rent back so that we have a little buffer room because our house that's in Texas is not done being built yet, and so we need a little buffer room. Or they might say, hey, this is my mom's estate. I'm liquidating her estates, and this home is really precious to me, so that I just really want somebody who's going to come in and take care of the home. And so after getting all these information, I will write the offer to tailor to what the seller really wants, so that I can win in terms of some terms instead of just the price. I said it wrong. But anyhow, the bottom line is you want your realtor to have a strategy. Whether their strategy is to be friends with the listing agent or just write the highest and best with a special lending program that allows them to remove all sorts of contingencies. Whatever the case is, you want to make sure that your realtor has a viable strategy that can help you navigate this competitive market. The second question I would ask, which is related to the first question, is how is your relationship with other local realtors? Well, because real estate does not happen in a vacuum. You have a buying side, you have a selling side. In a market, there is a pool of realtors which I would work with day in, day out, whether we're sometimes competing or sometimes we're working together so that we can help our buyers and sellers come to an agreement. And so local relationships for a realtor is absolutely paramount. And so if you have somebody who has been burning bridges in the local market for the last 5 years, that person is not going to be able to help you get your dream home in contract. And so another way for you to get an answer that get a way to answer this question indirectly is maybe ask this realtor, how many buyers have you represented in the last 12 months? That would be a telltale sign. If they say, hey, I only got 2 people represented, then you go, okay, you have an idea, all right, what type of market am I in? Why is it only 2 people? Whereas you talk to another person that says, hey, I represented 20 people, then you know that that person gets things done. And so relationship with other local realtors is paramount. The third question I would ask is, can you explain the whole home purchase process from start to finish? So when you ask that question, it is different than just getting the information from a video like this from YouTube to say, hey, what's the purchase like? Or you get pre-qualified, now you go out to home shopping, and then you get an offer accepted, and then transaction closes. So that's not what we're really asking for. What we're asking for here is how are we going to communicate? Can you tell me what ways will we, what homework are you going to do so that we can hone in to find that dream home for me in my desired neighborhood, in my in the price range that I'm comfortable with? This, of course, also encompasses the strategy of how to get my offer accepted, because all of this will come together to say, okay, after you explain to me how the home purchase is from start to finish, now you really have an idea of what it may be like working with this individual. They may say, hey, I'm actually going to text you every single day. Or I'm going to say, hey, once a week, I'm going to give you the latest updates on what the market's newest listings are, what has hit the market. And so all of that will be telltale signs on what your next couple of months is, your home purchase process is going to be like working with this realtor. Going hand in hand with that, you also want to ask, will I be working directly with you, or will I be working with a team? So there is pros and cons when it comes to working with a team versus working with an individual. Because when you're working with an individual, they may not have the resources a team can provide. If the individual goes on vacation or watches a movie, you're not hearing from that person in 2 hours. Whereas if you're working with a team, obviously people cover each other's bases. If an individual is out there, accidentally seeing a new listing that come on market, whereas a team, they have 5 to 10 people constantly looking in the market, and they automatically sees, okay, there's this new particular listing that can fit the criteria of this buyer. Whereas there's also so that side is the pros and cons when it comes to the attention that an individual versus a team can give you. But on the flip side, working with an individual, you get more personalized communication. That person is guaranteed to know your name, have a personal relationship with you. As opposed to working with a team, you might get lost in the team and they might say, oh, okay, let me look up your file. That's a whole different experience when it comes to making your purchase. And so that's something that you will have to decide what your personal preference is going to be. But I've seen it work out well, both with an individual versus with a team. That being said, when you're interviewing a realtor, you also want to ask what other past clients of his or hers experience was. So ask your realtor, can I get a list of reference? Or in the modern days, what works even better is to go see this realtor's reviews online. I know that I have profiles out there from Google Business to Zillow to my Facebook page. I have all my clients share their experiences so that it helps my business grow, so that other people can see what their experiences has been like with me. And so having a list of reference is extremely important. Take the time to go talk to them, because whether it's good, bad, indifferent, you want to get that feedback so that you know whether that particular realtor's personality and style is going to fit yours or not. Another question I would ask the realtor is, how is the local economy? Is it growing or declining? You want to find that out. Now, it comes in two folds. if you are an out-of-town buyer coming to buy in Davis, California, you're gonna want to know a little bit about, hey, is businesses booming here? Are there growing population trends? What is it like to live here in Davis? What is the market like? So that's number one, what you want to find out. But say if you're a person that born and raised in Davis, California, and you know this area like the back of your hand, now this comes in the second fold, which is, hey, how is the local economy? What is the snapshot of this economy in this current day and time? Is it really red hot? Is it cooling down? If I buy it now and I need to liquidate in a year and a half, in 2 years, what do you think it will happen? Or maybe you say, hey, I'm going to buy it a year and a half later, I'm going to rent it out. How is the rental market? And so you are going to want to do all that homework up front to, number one, know that for yourself, and number two, pick that realtor's brain to see what type of information that person can provide to you. So once again, going hand in hand with this previous question, you want to ask the realtor, what are the drawbacks to purchase a home in this current market? This question will come in particularly handy after you have identified a home that you like. So when you're working with a salesperson, naturally, there's a lot of positives that the salesperson is going to name. But ask him or her, what are the negatives? Does he or she identify any defects on the home? Is there any hidden costs behind all of this that you're not currently aware of? Are there better bang for your bucks if you buy somewhere else? And so this, once again, comes in more importantly after you have identified a home, because now that you can compare one particular listing against what your other options are out there. So ask them, what are the drawbacks to purchase this home in this market? Lastly, is one of the most trivial questions, but I also happen to think it is one of the most important questions. What is the best way to communicate with you? Ask a realtor, what's the best way to get a hold of you? Because I cannot tell you how many times I've heard complaints about the lack of communications from realtors to their clients or clients of the realtors, whatever the case is. Whether it's text, call, or email, you want to be able to get a hold of your realtor so that when you have a question, something can get answered. When you see an important listing that you want to go see at 2 o'clock in the afternoon, you know how to get a hold of him or her. That communication strategy is very crucial when it comes to looking for the home, because you'll be spending a lot of time with your realtor in the next 60 to 90 days. And so knowing what's the best way to communicate can help this home purchase process become much, much smoother. So yeah, those are the 8 questions I would ask my realtor if I'm purchasing a home. Let me know what your thoughts are. Please leave a comment below and subscribe to my channel. If you have any questions, feel free to reach out anytime. This is Danny Lau. See you next time.